Yeah, hi guys, George here with Solargraf. Quick video today on how to set up your loss templates in Solargraf when using Lightreach. So just landing here on the dashboard, I'll ask you to navigate to company settings. And from there, if you scroll down, you'll see a design settings section. And within that, you'll see something called default system losses. So if we open that up, you should see a default template. This is the loss template that all projects will use until we create new templates. From there, you can go to add new, and we can call this our Lightreach losses CA, for example, for California. So we can say that only applies in California. From there, you'll need to define losses for each of the fields that you see here on the screen. So when using Lightreach inside Solargraf, there are some prescribed losses that Lightreach would like you to use. Soiling will be 2%. Snow will vary per state. I think in the case of California, we can probably put that to 0, although you may want one, let's say, for North California and a separate template for South California. If, for example, you wanted a minor snow loss in Northern California. Mismatch in this case would need to be 1.5. AC wiring can be 0. DC wiring we can leave at 0.5. Connections 0.5 as well, light induced degradation 1.5, nameplate 1%, age 0. And we will also need to ensure that the power export limit is at 0, which we can't do from this screen, but I'll show you where we would do that in a moment. So once you save that template, that will then appear in this list. You can then maybe clone that and create one for a different area that you're operating in. Let's just say Massachusetts. And again, the only thing that's going to vary here will be the snow. So for example, in Massachusetts, we might estimate maybe 3% of snow losses. In fact, I'll just relabel that to remove the clone of prefix. So you could repeat this process for all the different geographies in which you intend to create designs inside Solargraf, where you will later use Lightreach's financing. Once you've created all of those templates, you can then proceed to create a project. So I'll just create one now. Just going to pick a random address in Massachusetts. And we'll just put together a really quick design. Again, I just want to highlight to you guys where we should be changing or applying that loss template. So I'll skip through this page, which usually would be used to build a consumption profile and determine the home's current consumption. That's not necessarily relevant for this topic. But if you just bear with me, I will quickly put together a roof. Let's just find an outline of that one, render it in 3D. And I'll just throw a few panels on this roof just so that we can actually play with those losses a little. So we have our 3D model. I'm just going to put some modules on here. And now once you have modules on the roof, you can navigate up to the settings dial or icon inside the design tool, inside the Solar tab. And if you head over to losses, which is the second tab within that dialog, you'll see either the ability to edit those losses numerically. Some users may have that restricted. You may not be able to edit these fields depending on your permissions inside Solargraf. But more often than not, you'll wish to choose from the various templates that have been prepared for you or that you've prepared for yourself. So again, if we intend to use Lightreach here, we're in Massachusetts. I'll select the Lightreach losses for Massachusetts and save those changes. And any change that we save to our losses will invalidate any production values that we had. I hadn't actually calculated those prior, but if we had calculated those, they'll become invalidated. So you will need to recalculate your production like so. So we'll include with this video an article that sort of summarizes these steps as well as provides recommendations on what that snow loss should be in various parts of the US. Thank you very much for watching, guys.